Hi, I'm Henry Lee from BlueHeronArts.com. Today we're going to continue our series on the four gentlemen of Chinese painting. Last four episodes we have done the chrysanthemum and bamboo. Today we're going to work on orchid. Orchid is a symbol of summer, and in Chinese painting is a very powerful, expressive with calligraphic strokes. So the brush I chose today is a mountain horse brush. It's made of the mountain horse hair. The brush is very elastic with a spring. You will always come back when you bend it, so it's easier to do the orchid blades. I'll start with the orchid leaves. So I use some ink. Again with some glue water to get some lighter ink, and then the dark ink to the front. The main stroke comes first, that according to Chinese painting theory, to break the heaven and earth. So before you do the first stroke, it's chaos. After you've done the first stroke, the road or the way comes in. Actually, in painting orchid, you think of the strokes in groups of 3. Something like that. And then you add different 3 and more groups of 3. Until the brush exhausts, and you can add water, glue water in this case, to do the lighter leaves. That is kind of secondary, help the first group. The structural tendency creates. Again, exhaust it, and then use more glue water. The glue water is so to keep the consistency of the ink without lose the consistency. So it will bleed less. And then dot the poly with dark ink. Then use the rest of the brush, the ink, to do the rock. and the ground. mask dots. And you can add more leaves to complete the composition. When the brush exhausts, you just move slower. Instead of add ink every stroke, you need to exhaust the brush. Okay, now I'm going to work on the top part. There will be a cliff, and we'll just do a flower hanging down on the cliff. Okay, now let's move the picture up to see the whole composition and then adjust it. So just highlight the rock and add a little more texture. And you can draw some lines. exhaust brush. You can see how the bristle texture helps with this mountain horse brush. You can get from our website if you like to try. Finally, I'm going to write the inscription. Now let's take a look of where to put the inscription is the best. You can put from on the left hand side or on the right hand side. I would do this part because it will help to block this line and to bring the qi, the flow of the energy, more complete. If you do a small, short inscription, you can sign hidden somewhere in on the corners. The last character means wrote. We don't say paint. We say writing, not painting. The Chinese brush painting, because it's like calligraphy, and also implies expression of feelings. My name chalk. And also I need to put a mood seal. It says heart painting, painting from the heart. And the last one on the corner, as we did in the last two paintings, it says high 100. It suggests my age, also implies the time I created. Thank you for watching. Until next time, enjoy painting. Okay, now let's take a look of the picture. The inscription here says peaceful valley or empty valley, literally, with a hidden orchid, like a hermit, spirit of orchid in the valley. My name and the character xie means wrote. We use this character instead of painting with our signature in Chinese brush painting. If you read the Chinese, you may notice the chop half hundred is upside down. It's accident, but it actually could be deliberate because my actual age is past half hundred. I'm 51, so Dao upside down in Chinese also means past, already past. So if spring comes, we put the spring character upside down, as you have seen in Chinese folklore in the Spring Festival. It's the same thing. You can put your chop upside down.